We find ourselves at the theater going to see Moonfall. I'll let you know what we think about it afterwards. We just came out of the theater. We saw Moonfall. This movie answers the question, life, the universe, and everything else, and the answer wasn't 42. All right, I just saw the movie Moonfall starring Halle Berry and some other guy who I've seen in TV series, but I don't know his name, and another guy with the British accent, and I don't know his name, and I can probably put them across the screen somewhere, or you can just look them up. Look up Moonfall. You'll find out all this information. What I'm going to share with you is what I thought about the movie. The movie was... Okay, so I saw a partial preview for the movie, and I said, oh, an alien movie. This looks interesting. And then I learned a little bit more about it and said, it's an end-of-world movie. And what I mean by an end-of-world movie is that the world is ending in these movies, like The Day After Tomorrow or 2012 or even, what was that, Independence Day. And now I mention these movies because evidently the guy who wrote those movies also wrote this one, Moonfall. So I heard that and I'm like, yes, I have to go see that movie. The only requirement I have for an end-of-world movie is that it has a happy ending. And I'm not giving away the ending of this movie, but I'll tell you, I liked this movie. I took two of my kids to see it with me, and they wouldn't be in the video with me, but I think they didn't really care for the movie. They just went with me because I was so excited to go see it. I hope they weren't too disappointed. On our way home, we were discussing some of the anomalies with the movie, or the things that are very unrealistic, and I knew going in that there would be a ton of unrealistic scenes in this movie, and we weren't disappointed. There were, but it was also very entertaining. And one thing though that I did notice during the movie that made me think of that quote from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the answer to life, the universe, and everything else. And if you've seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you know the answer is 42. Well, this movie, they explain the meaning to life, the universe, and everything else, and the answer is not 42. It's not necessarily aliens either. And do I want to give you a spoiler? I give so many spoilers during my reviews. I guess I don't really want to give you the spoiler. I want you to go see it and then tell me what you thought of the movie. I can see this movie is not going to be for everyone. I mean, there are a lot of dumb things in it. They used the space shuttle and they've evacuated the space center. And so there are only like 5 people left. And they said they can launch the space shuttle anyway. And they're like, we don't have a grounds crew. Well, suddenly when they're loading into the space shuttle to launch it, there's a grounds crew. Where did they come from? There were only 2 other guys besides the 3 that were going in the space shuttle. Okay, so suddenly there's a handful of other people helping them out. I don't know, maybe they came back to help them when they found out what they were going to do. That wasn't explained. There's a lot of, like that in the movie. A lot of things like that. But they did explain the answer to life, the universe, and everything else. There you go. I guess maybe not everything else, since they didn't explain where the ground crew came from. It was an energizing movie. It was fun to go to the theater and watch it. I'm glad I did. I would see it again. There you have it. That is my review of Moonfall. The end-of-world alien combination type movie. That's all I'm going to say. Bye, guys. I have one final thought before I go into the house where it's nice and warm. It's cold out here. But I'm doing this for you guys. My last and final thought on the movie. Have you seen Halle Berry? She's older than I am, but she doesn't have a wrinkle on her face. And I'll tell you, this light is really harsh, and I'm sure you can see all the wrinkles on my face. When I was in the 5th grade, my media teacher, they called him a media teacher, but he was really the librarian. He told me one time I was sitting there and he said, Angela, stop scowling. I didn't even know I was scowling. He said, you're going to get wrinkles. And I'm like, I'm a kid. What do I care about wrinkles? And I didn't know I was scowling, but I must have been. Anyway, Halle Berry looks awesome. I don't know what it's got to be genetics, right? Yep. Okay. Good night, guys.